There's another squad attacking.
Next, we got Crypto. Long range recon is the playstyle here, and we're going with the longbow and the car. Crypto truly spends his entire game, if possible, in the drone to maximize his playstyle. This means he's likely going to go into that fight third and last from a longer range after EMPing and providing some recon. The car is a close range juxtaposition that is necessary for when Crypto is surprised, or you rush fights with a launch pad or something with your team's utilities. It's also the best choice because Crypto cannot loot as much as his teammates, so the flexibility of the car is key. And obviously, the longbow provides you that long range follow up for when you EMP and your teammates are out there scrapping, and you want to maybe take a second to pause, get a shot or two off before finally heading into combat.
Yeah, I think the biggest takeaway from highlighting the best possible loadout for Crypto is just minimizing the necessity to loot. Longbow does not need a whole lot of bells and whistles. It's going to do well with almost anything. And the car having that flexibility, like you said, Shay, it's really the best that Crypto can do, just because they need to focus on the drone. They need to stay as close to their teammates as possible. You can't be lagging behind looting the third and fourth room of a random building. So It's really key.
No doubt.
Next, we have Rampart. Her playstyle is the LMG Queen, and her weapon loadout is going to be the Rampage, of course, and then the RE45. Now, with the faster reload packed into her passive for LMGs, Rampart is maybe the only legend that should strictly embrace this idea of a primary and a secondary weapon choice. To maximize Rampart, use the Rampage exclusively and carry as many thermites as you can to fuel it. The RE45 is the best pistol for Rampart to react close quarters when she needs to switch up the pacing of the slow aim down sight movement speed of the LMG, or Sheila to a full auto pistol.
Yeah. And go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh shoot, we're Jinx 123, you owe me a soda or whatever it is. But I'll say, hey, I think we're gonna say the same thing if I'm being completely honest.
Probably.
Rampage, the only weapon, or one of the only weapons that the versatility isn't fully there. And instead of going with a shotgun as your close range weapon, we're going to mitigate that risk. And so we're going to go with the RE45 instead. So you don't have that situation where you use the Rampage, someone gets up in your face, you don't want to use the Rampage anymore, and then you whiff 3 bullets. You probably put out damage with your Rampage or Sheila. RE45 is going to clean it up like nothing else.
Yeah, and I think that's key because in the past, I think I've said things like, you know what? Just dual wield LMGs with Rampart. They work so well with her. Why not do a Rampage or a Devotion and then have an L Star to kind of spray and clean up? I actually think the RE45 is better at this role. And so I think that because you have the movement speed and kind of the flexibility of it, it's a better option. And like I said, just use the Rampage only. The reload speed is so fast, and you have a magazine size. Just reload it whenever you need to. Stay behind amped cover. Just use the Rampage. You don't really need 2 weapons with this girl.
Henry's loving Rampart lately. Rampart and Loba, those are your 2 girls right now. No doubt about it.
They are.
And Sky. We can throw her in the mix too.
Skyline.
Yeah. Next, we got Horizon, the verticality queen. 2 weapons. Triple take, R301. A really strong loadout right here. Obviously, with Horizon, you're going to take height as much as you can. Doing so with the best marksman rifle in the game, the triple take, and a simple recoil AR with the best overall power rating allows Horizon to just fry going up, fry coming down, have some versatility at close range that both these weapons provide, but just be able to really dominate power positions where nobody else can in this game. And that's something really special that she gets to do.
Yeah, both of these weapons are chosen with careful intent because you want Horizon to be able to deal damage while moving up and down. Given the recoil of the R301, that's achievable. And given the spread of the triple take and its presence as the best marksman, you got really good options to keep the damage coming while maximizing the vertical mobility.
No doubt.
Next, we have Fuse. Playstyle is grenades only.
Weapon 1, Frag. Weapon 2, Arc Star.
It's really not as important as the other classes, but if we were to pin him down to a loadout, we would do the Rampage and the Wingman. Fuse, we have said this again in the past, but is a medium to long range legend based off his abilities. The Rampage, with more thermites, which Fuse can carry with the passive, and the Wingman, which doesn't require a ton of ammo, means that Fuse can excel at the long range that both the Rampage and the Wingman can provide, but also allow him to carry more grenades because you don't need a whole lot of ammo for that Wingman. But the truth is, if you're playing Fuse, focus on his abilities, not so much the loadout. You need to come into every fight and use the passive, tactical, and ultimate. That's a long checklist of things you need to do
You got
before
time.
you really think about weapons. So
Mhm.
focus there, but these weapons are really going to support all of his abilities and that playstyle.
Yeah, I mean, this is a legend you really do want to stick in that medium range to
Mhm.
maximize. And so having two weapons that cater towards that, and then, like you said, kind of play into the strength of his inventory, it makes a ton of sense for having success with this legend. But yeah, grenades only. That's the way of life with this guy right now.
Hey, brother, not today. Maybe tomorrow.